Hi everyone, and welcome to the latest vlog. This one's not about hair, this is something a bit different. I'm experimenting with something for my blog, Princess Cupcakes Cakes. So if my cake stuff doesn't really interest you, I apologise. But yeah, I don't have a YouTube channel for the blog yet, so it's the only place to upload this. I'm very sorry. Also, if my voice goes, I apologise. I have a cold and hay fever at the same time. I'm just playing havoc with my body. But them's the breaks. Okay, so onto the cake stuff. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make two different designs of Game of Thrones cupcakes. The first ones just use really easy cupcake toppers, which I'm going to show you how to make. Second ones, they're a little more time consuming and they're not really complicated, they just require a bit of artistic skill. But considering I'm lacking in that, if I can do it, so can you. Those ones are based on the house sigils, which we're actually going to applique onto the top of cupcakes using sugar paste. That's it. It's just time consuming because you have to make all the individual bits, but they look really effective. So let's get started on that. Oh, and before I forget, these cupcakes are actually lemon cake because you know it's Game of Thrones. What else could you do? And I have the recipe for that up on my blog, which I'll put a link to in the description. So that's where you can get the recipe, and full written versions of these instructions can also be found there. So now that's out of the way, let's get started, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye! Okay, so let's get started on the cupcake toppers. You'll need the following things. Pictures you want to turn into cupcake toppers. I've used pictures of the house sigils, but if you want to use pictures of the characters or anything else, go ahead. You also need scissors, cocktail sticks, and some form of adhesive. I went with sellotape, but if you want to use glue, go ahead. Okay, so firstly, cut out your pictures, then flip it over, place a cocktail stick on the back, and secure it in place. If you want a double-sided image, just cut out another copy of the picture, place it on top, and glue it down. And there you have it. Some really simple cupcake toppers that look brilliant when stuck into cakes. Okay, and here they are applied to some cupcakes. Don't they look adorable? Okay, so let's move on to the sigils. And for those, you will need the following things. Sugar paste in the appropriate colours. You can either take a block of white and colour it, or just use pre-made colours like I did. I'll put a full list of the colours I used in the description. You're also going to need a scalpel or a sharp knife to cut things out, paper templates of the sigils, which I haven't pictured here, a paintbrush and a small amount of water, a rolling pin, a cookie cutter in the same size as the top of your cake, black piping icing, and gold and green lustre dust, though the lustre dust is entirely optional. Okay, so I'll show you what to use in the Tyrell cake. First of all, roll out the background colour, in this case green. Cut out the circle and place it on top. As you can see, I've glued it onto the top of the cake using a small amount of frosting. Then, take the next colour you need for the cake, in this case for the Tyrells it's gold, or yellow. Roll it out, place your template on top and cut it out, or take a small amount and just mould it into the shape like you would when making a clay model. Then, dampen the back gently with the paintbrush and water and glue it on top of the cake. Then, continuing in the yellow icing, mould all the details and glue them on with water where you need to. Just be careful not to use too much water. And just continue until you finish the design. And here's my finished Tyrell cake. As you can see, I've dusted it in a bit of gold to make it look more like the actual sigil. You can apply this technique to all the designs. So here is a progress shot of House Arryn. I think that's how you say it. And the finished one. I had a lot of fun making this one. I think it's my favourite. The trick here, make sure you cut small notches to suggest the feathers of the wings. And then we have the Tullys. To make the grey colour, take a small amount of white and a small amount of black and mix them together. I then used a cocktail stick to press in the details like the eye and the scales. For the Starks, I did something a little different. After making the background colour, I dusted it with green for half of it. This is because I've seen some versions of the artwork that have a green background on the sigil and some have white. So I went for the green version, but if you don't like that, don't do it. You don't have to do it. Once you've made the dire wolf, place it on top and using the black piping icing, draw on the shape of the ears and the fur and the eye. And there you go, here he is. And the complete set, all there. I think these look great and I had so much fun making them. You can apply this technique to any of the sigils. I think I'm going to make the rest of them at some point. They're so easy to make and just take a little bit of time. These instructions possibly don't make much sense, so if they don't, please check out my blog for full written versions. The link is in the description below. Okay, I hope you had fun trying these out. Bye guys!